Once upon a time, inside a huge cave, there lived the 12 months of the year, eating, drinking, and waiting for their turn. Inside the cave, they had a barrel full of wine, and each one had their own tap to pour their wine from. March placed his tap as low as he could. The other months were making fun of him, but he smiled wickedly because he had something in his mind. The days and nights passed, and the months were having fun, drinking a little wine at a time, carefully so as not to run out quickly. But one day, when the other months were away, March turned on his tap and drank all the wine. The other months returned later, and they ran to the barrel because it had grown thirsty. "Hey, March, bring us wine," shouted June, who wore a straw hat and held a scythe in his hand. "Yes, wine," shouted the other months. "But did you not hear?" asked laughing November. "Hear what?" asked July, whose head was dry and desolate, like a field after the threshing. "March married another wife, and now he has two. One is beautiful but poor, and the other one is ugly and rich. When he is with the beautiful one, the weather is nice, and when he is with the ugly one, it rains and snows." April, who was the most beautiful of all months, laughed. He laughed because in a few days the days of March would end, and it would be his turn. "Wine!" cried February. "We do not care about March and his wives," and they all ran to the barrel. But there they found March lying down, soaked in wine. The other months started laughing, but as soon as they turned on their tap to drink, there was nothing. Then they realized that March drank all the wine from the barrel, and they started kicking and punching him. But March is the strongest of all the months, and people are afraid of him, especially Galani, the old lady. Old Galani had 10 goats and hoped that they would have baby goats to sell them so that she could earn some money. And so it happened. The goats gave birth and the kids jumped around happily. And even though March was coming to an end, there came a rainstorm with thunder and hail, which hit the poor lady on the face as she was herding her goats. "Why don't you go away, old March?" she said. "I do not need you any more. Beautiful and warm April is coming soon." But March heard her, got very angry, and decided to punish her. So when the calm and nice February visited him to apologize for bidding him along with the other months, March pretended that he had forgotten. He had a plan. He gave February some wine and told him, "You know, February, today my turn ends, and tomorrow comes April's turn." February got angry because he did not like April at all, because he was handsome with blonde hair, and all the girls were in love with him. "Let's play a trick," said March. "Lend me your 2 worst days, the ones with the rain and hail." "You can have them," said February, who was getting a little drunk. And so old Galani, who was waiting for April to come, was surprised by a huge storm with hail. When the disaster was over, March returned to his cave. February saw him and asked for his 2 days back. "What days?" he said. "These are now the old woman's days." And so February was left with only 28 days, and that's why he's called Lame Old February.